Ensure Microsoft step. Again, I want to understand it. I have to open the. Wait. I have to wait for a minute. मतलब.
No problem.
Mahesh sir, आपको you need to go to share screen and share the entire screen.
Okay.
And click on share.
Okay. Give me a minute, sir. चलिए एक बार आगे बढ़ते हैं ना उसमें मैं आपको 1 मिनट के अंदर खोलता हूँ मेरे को शीट खोलना पड़ेगा.
No problem. Okay, so
okay, got it.
Did you find it?
Gee. Yes, I find it.
Then let us solve your problem first. You can share your screen.
I'm talking. मैं share screen में चला गया. Share screen में जाने के बाद कहाँ जाना है? Entire screen में जाना है.
हाँ, entire screen. Correct.
Entire से click ही नहीं हो रहा है. Entire से already clicked somewhere.
No, but we can't see your screen. Yeah, we can see it now.
You can see it now. मैं open the. You can see my Excel sheet.
I can.
Okay. I'm talking about ki, like this one is a I made this pivot for it somewhere. I'm talking about ki, these are the account names. Suppose there we people have Sunita Manchanda and the same name is there in the Sunita Manchanda. So I will not get the name of Sunita Manchanda in the spite of Muhammad Ais. It will be the blank and the P code will be there. The P code, this is a unique code number that key we are talking about, and we can see that the Sunita Manchanda is not there. It will be blank over here.
Make a pivot. Let us see.
So it is already a pivot.
No, this is not a pivot. No, this is just a normal data set.
हाँ, मैंने उसको pivot से मतलब remove pivot कर दिया उसके अंदर.
नहीं, आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा. If you show me the pivot, then only I can give you the answer.
Okay. Insert pivot. Okay, I'm talking about account P code. Where is the name account P code? नीचे क्या है उसमें? Accounts are there. अकाउंट में जाना पड़ेगा. ये कौन सा नाम है इसमें?
सर ऊपर से फोर्थ वन है पिवट में, फोर्थ ऑप्शन. नीचे उसका
ठीक है. एक तो हम लोग ऐसे किए ना, तो मतलब इसमें हमें जो है एक तो राइट क्लिक, इसका एक चीज है हमें राइट क्लिक करके जो है हमारे को डिस्प्ले में आके क्लासिक पिवट में जाना पड़ता है वापस. फर्स्ट रीजन इज दिस.
वेट, अब क्लासिक मत करो. क्लासिक में और इश्यूज आते हैं, मैं बता रहा हूँ. प्रेस कंट्रोल Z.
Okay.
Go to pivot table tools design at the top. Pivot table tools design.
सर मेरे को बताना पड़ेगा कहाँ पर है ये pivot table tools में डिजाइन.
सेंटर में, आपके स्क्रीन के सेंटर में बिल्कुल ऊपर.
हाँ, डिजाइन. ओके. हाँ, डिजाइन ओके.
Right. Then click on report layout.
Click on
report layout, third from the left. Left से third.
Report layout. Okay.
And select the tabular form, third one.
Show the tabular form. Okay.
Right. Now again click on report layout.
Again click on report. Report.
Where you just clicked report layout, the third one. आपने अभी जहाँ क्लिक किया था उसी पे क्लिक करना है वापस.
अरे यार पता नहीं, मुझे वो रिपोर्ट में जाना है.
नहीं.
थर्ड ऑप्शन रिपोर्ट लेआउट.
भंडारी जी नीचे तीसरा सब टोटल के बगल में, सब टोटल ग्रैंड टोटल के बगल में रिपोर्ट लेआउट. ऊपर में तीसरा बक्सा बाएं तरफ ऊपर. वही उसके नीचे इंसर्ट के नीचे देखो ना.
रिपोर्ट लेआउट. ओके. अगेन रिपोर्ट लेआउट. ओके.
And now select repeat all item labels.
Repeat all item in labels. Okay.
ठीक है, तो बस यही डेटा है, तो दिस इज शोइंग यू द पी कोड।
सर इसमें जो टोटल आ रहा है ना सर, ये जो टोटल आ रहा है
वो हट जाएगा।
वो
क्लिक ऑन सब टोटल, जो सबसे फर्स्ट ऑप्शन है लेफ्ट में,
सब टोटल्स, ओके,
एंड डू नॉट शो सब टोटल्स,
डू नॉट शो सब टोटल्स,
बस हो गया।
ओके। अच्छा, इसमें कैसे जाना है? और इसमें अगर आई वांट टू सी दैट एनीथिंग ऑन द ब्लैंक पेज हमें जाना,
नो नाउ देयर
मेरे
विल
को
नो
सर
ब्लैंक्स।
मेरे को एक बार एक्सेल में लिख दीजिएगा, ये हम जैसे कर रहे हैं ना, तो हमें जाके, नहीं तो उसमें बार बार जाना पड़ता है। तो ओके ठीक है, इसमें ना एक नाम जो है ब्लैंक आ जाता है, मतलब एक जैसे अगर दो नाम सेम है ना, तो वो एक नाम ब्लैंक हो जाता है उसमें। आई एम नॉट एबल टू,
अब नहीं आएगा,
अब नहीं आएगा, अब वो
नहीं आएगा।
अच्छा, अब वो दो, मतलब जैसे दोनों नाम सेम है तो दोनों नाम आएंगे उसमें।
100%।
Okay. Okay. And another one thing I just want to understand about it. जैसे this is a percentage of debt. I want to make a like 0 to 20 तक मेरे को जाना है मान लीजिए, तो इसमें जाके कैसे करें इसको? मतलब इसमें अगर this is a percentage कि how many doctors are giving the osteocalcium syrup, is there something 0 and my competitor is putting it 6 on there. तो my total is 6 and my percentage is 0. I want to say that 0 to 20 में कितने % लोग हैं मेरे पास में, तो उसमें इसमें आना पड़ेगा
नंबर फिल्टर्स,
number filters
में between,
sorry,
between नीचे,
between, okay, between it I'm talking about from 0 to like 0 to 20,
right,
0 to 22, 0 to 22 डाल के ओके कर दें।
करेक्ट,
ओके कर दिया,
तो बट zeros आ रहे हैं ना, इसलिए because there are zeros in your data, that is why it is showing you zeros, but this is correct।
ओके ओके, मतलब उसमें से उसको पिक कर लेंगे, पर ये तो काफी नंबर्स दिखा रहा है नीचे।
नहीं, वो यहाँ नहीं दिखाएगा, आपका फिल्टर अप्लाइड है ना ऊपर, the filter
हाँ
is
फिल्टर
applied,
अप्लाइड है,
the filter is applied, it is showing you from 0 to 22 only, actually there is no number other than 0, that's why it is not showing।
श्योर, ओके ठीक है सर, थैंक्स अ लॉट।
Yeah,
मेरे को सर एक बार वापस इसमें लिख दीजिएगा, तो मतलब हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे। आई एम स्टॉपिंग इट नाउ।
yeah, no we'll do that example again, जो मैंने आपको 2 rows वाला दिखाया था, we'll do that again। Okay, so let me share my screen। Okay, so let us come to the file that we have started, which is 00. One second, we were on 004, right? Yeah, 004 everyone.
004.
004 pivot table.
Yeah, just give me some. Give me time to open it.
Right. Okay. Now we had done this example last time, but we will do it once again so that we can also practice. And I will do even more examples with you. Right. So let us go back to the data sheet. Right. So just a reminder, what is the data? We have 14 columns with us. We have 1500 rows with us. It is a sales data where we have the order date, shipping date, customer name, segment, category, subcategory, product details, city, state, sales quantity, and the discount amount, right? Sales quantity and the profit amount. So we want to make a pivot first thing. So I click on insert and then on pivot table. So first we click on insert and then pivot table. Okay. Right, so wherever there is any problem, just ask me, I will help you. Okay, let's start with the first pivot table. In the first pivot table, I want to look at my, we'll start with a very simple example. I want to look at my top 10 customers, right? So my requirement is, I want to look at my top 10 customers. Okay. So can somebody tell me what will come in rows?
Customer name.
Okay. So I put my customer name, and what comes in values? Let's say the sales value. Right?
Sales value.
Okay. How
yes.
do you How do you sort the data?
टॉप 10 कस्टमर्स में इसमें आ जाएगा, नीचे में राइट क्लिक करके आ जाएगा सर, सम ऑफ द सेल.
So if I right click, I will get an option sort, and I can sort it largest to smallest. Okay. But
Yes.
what if I only want to show the top 10? What do I do?
we will go on to the this conditional formatting में हम कर सकते हैं top 10.
Much easier. Conditional formatting सिर्फ highlight करेगा, but we only want to select the top 10. So I will click on row label. Please watch, and there is an option called value filter. And in value filter, I have an option called top 10. Please select this. Row label, value filter, and top 10. In this, you can select top and bottom, and you can also choose the number. So I will say top 10, and it will only show me the top 10 customers. Right? Obviously, you can change it also. So if you want to see the top 15, for example, I can say top 15. It will now show you the top 15. Right? Okay. Let me
Havish, so how to get the full file again?
remove the filter.
After-
Just click on this and say clear filter.
Okay.
Okay. So right now we are looking at the top 10, the top 15, and I want to make two things. I want to make a slicer and a timeline. Slicer and timeline. Let's do this. For the slicer, we go to pivot table analyze. Right? I'm just going to make an arrow here so all of you can see this. Pivot table analyze, and we will select the slicer and the timeline one by one. First, select the pivot table analyze option, and then select the slicer. Slicer is like a filter. Timeline is also like a filter. So in the slicer, I will select my segment. Okay. Just one thing. I will select my segment. And in the timeline, I will select my order date like this. So slicer is for the segment and timeline is for the order date. Very simple. Now you will get two controls like this, and I hope all of you can guess what will happen. Now when I change my timeline, right? I'm not selecting month, I'm selecting my quarter, for example. So if I say I'm looking at 2015 quarter 4, it only shows me the data for Q4 or Q3 or Q2 like this. I can also change my segment by clicking on this button.
Havish, please repeat this. That we go to pivot table analyze.
So just look at the arrows. You go to pivot table analyze, and then you select one by one. First, you select the slicer, then you select the timeline.
Got it. Got it. Thanks.
Right?
Hamish, if you want to understand that how many doctors are giving you the percentage wise, that is the same sheet what we are looking for. It will help me in this also.
Percentage of what?
Percentage, like I have a percentage of doctors, and I would like to say that how many doctors are there from. Like we are talking about is the filter. Like we put it a filter in my sheet. I put it a filter over there.
Filter cannot come for a number. Filter can only come for a text value like this. If you put a filter for a number, what will happen is, let's say I put the profit value, right? As an example, it will come like this.
Okay.
So you will not get a group. So you will not get
Okay.
0 to 20, 20 to 40 like that.
Okay. But I can get the insert timelines. I can get the number.
Timeline में number नहीं आता है. Timeline में only get the date value.
Okay.
It only shows the time value, nothing else.
If I want to see that how many numbers are behind this, so I cannot get that, but I can get the headings only you're talking about.
Yeah, if you want to show, for example, everyone.
Yes.
See right now, what is my range of sales? It is from 4, okay, all the way up here.
Yes.
If I go to the bottom, the maximum number is 5751. Okay. So what I
Okay.
will do is I will make a group. Just as an example, I will make a group like this, right? And in the group, I will say that I will give you time to copy it. Okay, don't worry. So 0, 1000, 2000, 4000, and 6000, right?
Okay.
And the result for my 0 is 0 to 1000. This is 1000 to 2000, right? Then we have 2 to 4, and finally we have.
Havish, one question is there. If you're talking about 0 to 1000, the 1000 figure will be captured in the both of the ways, na? Either we have
it
to
is
capture
not 1000. It will be. Okay, let me make it 1001. Okay. So 1000 will come in the previous one.
है ना? मतलब, okay.
Right.
Anything? Yes, sir.
Now this is my
Acted
question.
on it.
How do I get the answer? What is the answer for 141?
Yes.
Anyone? What is the answer for 141? 0 to 1000, correct? What is the answer for 1 to 10? It will be 1001 to 2000. What is the formula that I can use to get this result? Try to remember. We have already done this.
Sum if.
No. We are not summing up any values. We are looking up a value.
If function.
And what did I tell you? That if you have to use multiple if, what is the replacement for using multiple if?
Ifs.
VLOOKUP.
VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP with what type of match?
Approximate match.
Approximate match. So I will very simply say VLOOKUP K2. What is my table array? Column Q and column R. 2 and true. So what will it give me? It will give me 0 to 1000. So when I copy it down, it will tell me the correct group for every number. Just try this out, everyone.
K2, you're talking values. We took the value of the K2. Okay, fine. And then Q.
I'm searching in column
Q2R means what happened? Q2R.
That is my table array for the VLOOKUP.
Q2R कहाँ पर I am? अच्छा, that is my table array. Okay. Q2R I came here. Okay, and my value is under 2. We get a true, and we required a true. We got true. Okay, fine.
Because it is an approximate match, right?
Okay.
Please.
One more thing I want to understand about it. If you are taking the data from the another sheet somewhere, we have to go through the across sheet. We have to select across the sheet. So is there any method that we can select all the sheet into one go? Either we have to drag it top to bottom.
I did not understand. You can select all the sheet.
Okay, I will select all my sheet. है ना? Okay.
No. The question is, are you selecting all the data on one sheet, or are you selecting all the sheets at the same time?
I'm talking about I'm selecting the data from the sheet. That suppose my data is in the A1 column. A1 column is where the error train, and data is on the 6th column.
Okay.
Data in the 6th column, and the total 1000 rows are there. I would like to say 1000 rows are there. So I have to select
Shift down. Control Shift down arrow will select the entire column.
Control Shift down ना, but it is not going in the one go. वो एकदम नीचे तक पूरा नहीं जाता है.
अगर blank होगा तो नीचे नहीं जाएगा. Then you will have to do it manually. If there is a blank, then it will not work. Then you will have to press Control Shift down multiple times. There's no other choice.
हाँ, वो 0 डालना पड़ेगा उसमें, कुछ डालना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Okay. Yeah. Got it. अभिषेक ये फॉर्मूला मेरे को वापस लिख देना, नहीं काफी काम आने वाला है हमारे को आगे. Is equal to VLOOKUP that is to values are to true. ठीक है. Okay.
Right. So just wait for a minute in case.
Yeah, but this will be applicable only. This will be applicable only if we put table array in Q and R.
Right. That's okay. How does it matter? See, you have to write the formula only one time, right? Once you've written the formula, I get my.
In any column.
Tell me again. I'm sorry, I did not catch that. Could you tell me again?
Yeah, I was saying table array in can be in any column, any row,
Any column, any row,
any sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sheet. It can be on a different sheet also. It doesn't matter. Just to explain to you, I have put it on the same sheet, but it can be on a different sheet also. Okay. Once we have done it, my question is, how do I include column O in my pivot table? Because right now that column is not coming, no? My group is not coming. So how do I include that?
By adding more tables.
How do I do that? No. Don't select this option. This is not the correct option. You have to click on pivot table and we click on change data source. Makes sense, no? Now my data source has changed. I have added one more column. That means I'm not selecting from A to N. This time I'm selecting from A to O, right? So when I select from A to O, what will happen? Now you notice my group has also come. So if I make a slicer for my group like this, now I will be able to select the correct group also. Just like the question was asked, Abish, how do I select the discount percentage for the doctor? So I can say 0 to 1 like this, right? Does it make sense, everyone? So we added a column and then we included that new column in the pivot table. Let me know whichever step you're
Can
not
you
able
please
to
repeat
understand.
this step? Can you please repeat?
First thing I did was I wrote these values in QNR, right? And then I wrote a formula. Have you done this? Have you done the pivot?
We are done with this.
Now we come back to the pivot table and you have to change the data source. So I go to pivot table analyze and I say change data source. Why are we changing the data source? Because one new column has been added. And now I can include column O as well in my data like this. Earlier it was from A to N, now it is from A to O.
Havish, I just have a query on this. Sometimes what happens, we take a data and put a pivot table on this. So what happens once we analyze the data, we see there are a difference in the same name of the spelling names. So what we do, we go into the base file and correct the data. Again, we have to put the pivot. So does this command helps in that also? If we have corrected something in the base file,
so
we refresh it.
That is refresh.
Yes.
If you have updated the value, then you have to click on refresh. If you have added a new column or a new row, then you have to click on data source.
Okay. If we do the refresh, that we don't have to create a new pivot. Then it will refresh the old data.
Of course not.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
And where the group is now, Havish? You added the group into it.
The group should come in one of the columns, like this.
Okay. Okay. And I want to see that how many persons are there.
How many persons are there?
Yes. In a group, how many people are?
So I can just let me make one more pivot. That is very simple. I'll just put my group in my rows. I'll keep my customer name in my value. So it will tell me how many people are in each group. So 1,410 people are in 0 to 1,000. 90 are in 1,001 to 2,000 like this.
Sure.
Please, can you select one more time the updated file? Updated data, yeah.
As in, you want me to show you how I selected the updated one?
Yes.
Okay. So I selected my old pivot. I went to pivot table analyze and I selected change data source.
Change data source, okay.
Right. When you click on change data source, it will confirm with you, Havish, which is the column that you want to select. Earlier, what were we selecting? We were selecting from A to N, but now we are selecting from A to O. So from A1 till O1555, like this.
Okay. But I tried the same, but it is coming error message pop up.
Can you share your screen? Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I can see it. Don't select the entire column, please. Don't
Okay.
select all the blank rows. Select from A1. I'll tell you. Go to A1. No, not column A. A1. Only A1. Select only A1. Right. Control Shift right arrow. Control Shift right arrow. Right. Control Shift down arrow. Control Shift down arrow. You have not put a heading. There has to be a heading in that last column.
Okay.
Column O needs to have a heading. Right. Just call it a group. Yeah. So A1, from A1 till O1, perfect. Now, okay. Okay, that's it. Now you notice in the pivot table field, a group option would have been given to you. In the pivot table field on the right side. No, not there. On the right side, where you have the fields. Yeah, just scroll down. You should see a group option.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
I can put it.
Vish, in this pivot table, can you give some examples of that? In which column these are the certain subtotals are there? Can we get those answers for that? This is for what? Like one pivot is there.
I did not understand the question. Tell me again.
Okay, I'm coming up. So please open any of the table. Any of the pivot. Okay, this is the table. This is the pivot. I'm talking about there are so many things are there. Like we're talking about older data. This one, if a pivot field you're looking for that, every field has its own working somewhere.
Okay.
So it is some of the useful field here. We can do it in some another way. Just you just understand. You just given me understanding on the group. Group is the one thing that we added into it. And these are the cities like city, state. That we can understand. We can put it in the like rows, columns, or volumes. So, is there anything else in there? We can go ahead in the pivot side. Like we did it in like we took the product and product we put it a filter behind it. Like we people have any of the product and we put it the filter behind it with the product side. So can you get something? Can we get something on that format also? What is the uses of all these filters? I'm talking about key values.
We'll do that. We'll be doing that.
Okay.
We'll be doing it one by one. All of these, no? These four.
Yes.
I'll be covering all four of them. Don't worry.
Sure.
Okay. Any questions on this? Anyone so far? So we have done quick recap. I have shown you top 10, which is top 10, bottom 10, top 3, bottom 3. I've shown you the slicer and the timeline. So right now the slicer is for the segment and for the group, and the timeline is for the order date. Right? Let's do one more example. Please make another pivot, everyone. Go back to the original data and make one more pivot.
How is this pivot analyzer is there now on the top right side?
Yeah.
So that we need to go into directly it is appearing, or we need to go to anything, because I'm not able to see that heading.
I wish I'm also facing the same issue.
Only
I couldn't be able
analyze
to
is
find.
there. Only
Yeah, so
analyze
the option will
Only
only
analyze
come
that.
if you have clicked inside the pivot. If you select any cell in the pivot, then this option will come.
Yes,
you
we are
click outside
selecting
the pivot,
that.
only the
Analyze.
analyze option is coming.
Okay. So what
Pivot
option you are
table
searching
analyze,
for?
the heading pivot table analyze is not coming in our system. Analyze is the name.
That's okay.
It is the only
Yeah.
same. It's in the all the functions are same under that heading.
Yeah. So it is an older version of Excel that you have. That's why it is saying pivot table and then analyze, but it is the same thing. There is no difference.
Then we are not able to see the slice. Yeah, got it.
100%. It has to be there.
Got it.
Havish, how did you remove the subtitles and all that which Maheshji was asking? That option.
I will cover that example. I'll cover it once again. Right? I'll cover that example of something. The first thing I want to do is save the file. On a new pivot, I want to look at the percentage contribution. Okay, so I'll just write it here. The percentage contribution of each segment. Okay, for each state. So what that means is that I'm selling 3 different product segments: consumer, corporate, home office. There are states that I have, and I would like to understand what is the percentage contribution. So now we will use 3 things. I will keep my segment in my columns. I will keep my state, which will come in my rows, and finally, the sales value will come in my values. Please do this, everyone. State is in the rows, segment is in the column, and sales is in the value.
Havish, you are telling us that is a very good thing. Like you have to put these things here. Can you elaborate us, if you can, where we have to put all these values? You know,
nobody can tell you that, because it really
Okay.
depends on what is the type of data you have. It depends on what is the type of analysis you're trying to do.
Yes.
That is the beauty of a pivot table, that there is no rule, there is no guideline. For example, if I said, why don't I put segment below my state? That is also correct. Why do I not put state in the column? That is also correct. So there is nothing correct or incorrect, right?
Yeah,
No, it
got it.
depends.
have to
Havish,
experiment.
I think it depends how you want to see the data.
How you want to
It
see
all
the data.
depends upon,
Let me ask you
yes, how
something.
do you want to analyze?
Tell me something. Will you ever present the data this way? Does it look good?
No, no,
to
no,
make
no.
to make 25 columns? Of course not, right? That is the reason I'm putting my state in the rows and column is the segment, because my data has to be tall. It should never be wide, right? Like this.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Any issue reaching this point, please let me know.
Yeah, so you have put
Yeah. State is in the rows, column
State
is
in
segment, and sales is the value.
So if you right click on any one of the, let's say, cell values, then you will get a field list, and then you can do a row percentage as a of the column, right? I think
That is what we're going to do. So in Andhra, I can see that there are 3 segments. Which is the biggest contributor in Andhra?
Consumer,
Corporate, right?
Corporate.
But what is the
Corporate,
contribution
corporate.
as a percentage? If I ask you, how much is it? Is it 30%, 40%, 50%? That is not very easy to calculate, no? That is why what I will do is, I will say,
Approximately 40%.
right click, show values as percentage of row total. Please select this. Right click, show values as percentage of row total. That means out of 19,000, what is the percentage of 8,400, 8,800, and 1,600? So it tells me that 46 is coming from corporate, 44 is coming from consumer. But the pattern is not the same everywhere. Look at Assam. Assam is very different. The maximum is coming from home office, right? If you look at Punjab, the maximum is coming from consumer segment. So this is what we have done: percentage of the row total.
Havish, we can select any of the contributor, any of the
any click on any cell.
Okay.
Because the calculation will happen on the entire table at the same time. So it doesn't matter which cell you select. You can select any cell.
Yeah, I've done it.
Is it working? Does it make sense? Like, look at Manipur.
Yeah,
Manipur
absolutely,
is so
absolutely.
interesting because in Manipur, corporate segment is 0. And you know, even in your business, many times you want to find out, right, that a business is growing, but which is the biggest SKU that is growing, or which is the biggest segment that is the contributor? Right? So overall, 50% is coming from consumer segment, 28 from corporate, and 20 from home office.
Great.
Okay. But how do you present this data on a PowerPoint? Tell me, can you present this data on a PowerPoint like this? Will it look good?
No.
Not really.
We can use charts for that.
Graph.
We can present as a chart.
Hold on. But don't you feel a chart will be too complicated?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
the chart will have too many elements in it. No? That is why
Pie chart we can present as a pie chart.
No, let me make a pie chart for you, and I'm sure you will agree with me and say, Havish, I don't think a pie chart will look good. Because the problem is there are too many levels, it's too complex. So what you will do is, watch this. Please select the numbers, everyone, except the last row and the last column. Do not select the last row and the last column. Only select from 44% to 47%. I will tell you how to improve the appearance, how to put it on PowerPoint. So from 44 to 47, and then go to conditional formatting and select color scales. In one click, you will get this beautiful result. So it shows you where the numbers are higher, so where the contribution is higher. Red tells you where the contribution is low.
Conditional formatting, and then?
That's it. After you select the data, right? Except the last row and the last column, you go to conditional formatting. Then you select color scale and just select the color scale. Green, yellow, red. And you also have other colors available like this.
Yeah.
So what is happening now? Now the colors are telling me where is the number high and where is the number low. Like if I show you like this, look at this.
Now that looks great.
Now this is something you can put on PowerPoint, and you know why? Because if you put it on PowerPoint, even without reading the numbers, I know what is happening. I know where the green is there, but in certain states, the green is not there. Like if you look at Uttarakhand, Uttarakhand is a very different market. In my entire country, 50% sales comes from consumer segment, but in Uttarakhand, 88% comes from corporate segment. Why? I'm sure there must be some reason behind it, but it just is the case like this. Any questions on this, anyone?
Yeah, I mean, on a glance, we can see that what is happening where.
Exactly. The idea is that when you have 25 rows with you, nobody is going to read every row. It is not possible. Imagine I remove all the colors. It will look like this. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, what is good, what is bad? I have no idea, right? The moment I put the colors, right? The moment you put the colors, you notice that it immediately builds a story. There is a story behind the data. So now it is telling me that what is high and what is low.
Havish, Vinit here. So when we are doing this, it is irrespective of this thing. Like when we are seeing two screens on our screen with the Windows and left key, the other screen of an Excel is shrinked one. We can't see all the options. So I have to again make it to the original one, and
that will happen. There is no other choice, because that will happen to me also. No? Because if you reduce the size of your screen, then selecting the options will not be possible, or it will become difficult.
Yeah, that is the only thing that I was
like this. No, this is what you mean.
Yes.
This is going to be a challenge.
We did it with the multicolor for it. If you want to present it in your PPTs or somewhere, so how you can make a pie chart of the color code or somewhere? What will you do for it?
See, right now the colors don't actually mean much. All it says is that the top 33% is green, the middle 33 is yellow, and the bottom 33 is red. Right. So there is no legend. There is no legend like you're saying that what is green and what is red required. But what I can also do is, if I may show you, just a minute. There is another option which says conditional formatting and data bar. Data bar looks like this. Let me just select the data first. Conditional formatting and data bar.
Sure.
This is also not a bad way of presenting the data, right? Because you can see which values are larger, which values are smaller, like this. Right? Yeah. This is the second option. What is the third option? One is color scale, the other is data bar. Then you have icon sets.
Can we put comment also inside the data bar?
What type of comment? Like this type of comment?
No. You just put the data bar.
1 second.
Can we put data bar in column F?
Oh, you want to put it outside. But how can there be one data bar? There will be 3 data bars, no? For 3 segments.
If I have only one column, then there will be only one data bar, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't I show that to you? Just a minute.
But you cannot get it outside of that, nah? But it is given the figure side only.
Let me show you. Just give me a moment. So I'm putting my subcategory in rows. I'm putting my sales and values. What you're saying is you want a data bar in column C, correct?
Right.
Everyone? Okay. all you have to do is just copy the numbers manually, right? Just to control C and control V. Apply the data bar here, but watch carefully. When I go to data bar, right, I will not select the data bar directly. I will go to more rules. And why? Because I can hide the number. I only want to show the bar. That's why what will happen is only the bar will be shown. Like this is what you were asking, right? Like this.
Absolutely, yes.
Right, so just try this out, everyone. Just make another page quickly and put the subcategory in it. It's very simple. Subcategory and sales values.
Can you please repeat the process, Havish? How do we remove the numbers?
How did we? I'll explain to you. I'll do it once again. Just make a pivot table first. First, make a new pivot table with the subcategory in the rows and the sales in the value. Just two things, nothing else.
You're done, Harish.
All done. So subcategory is in the rows, sales is in the value, and just copy and paste this number. Control C, Control V, like this.
Hi, Havish. I have a query. So as we did the color coding for the data, so by default it is taking 33%, 33%, 33%. So do we have any options if where I say ke less than 25% it should reflect as red, less than 75% it should be in yellow, and above 75% it should be green.
Can you see my screen right now? I can say that my bottom 25th percentile should be like my bottom 10 percentile should be red, middle should be 50.
Yes.
I can change all that. Right? All you have to do is when you go to color scale, you have to click on more rules. Right? If you want to define your conditions, you go to more rules and then you select a 3 color scale. Right? And you can put your own numbers here.
Havish, why have we copy and pasted the same thing? Why can't we do it on column B?
Yeah, because you were asking.
It will overlap the numbers.
Yeah, because the question was that if you do it on the same column, the problem is that then the bar is coming on top of the number, which might not look very good, right? So you want the bar to come outside in another column. That's why we're doing it. So I'm copying the values. I'm going to conditional formatting, but do not click on data bar directly because the number will not be hit. So we have to go to more rules.
Yeah, I have gone through this.
So what will happen if I'll do it in column B? What will happen if I'll do it in column B? Like if I'll select from B4 to B20 and will put this conditional formatting data bar and more rules.
But then the number will go away, no? But how will you see the number? Somewhere you want to see the number also, right?
Okay, great.
See, if for example, if I do show bar only, then you can't even see the number.
Yes.
But you obviously want to see the number also, right? That's why.
Yes.
Right. So we go to column C, we go to conditional formatting, data bar, more rules. Just one button you have to click called show bar only. That's it. And click on OK.
Yeah, this option is not coming. Yeah.
No, it will come. Why will it not come? Select the numbers. Go to conditional
Yeah,
formatting.
I have gone through that.
Data bar and more rules. See this one.
Avish, can you go to that last step where we were putting up the our own values below 10% and 50%?
I will.
The color code.
I will. Let me just complete this example. Then we'll come to that.
Show bar only is not coming.
Can you share your screen? Let's see.
Yes. Yeah, this is the screen.
Okay, select the values from C4 to the last one. So don't select the
Yeah.
entire column. Do not select the entire column. Just select from C4 till the last cell.
So for that I'll have to close this.
Close what? No, just click on C4.
No, not getting clicked because I have to close this probably.
I did not click outside. Click on any other cell. Right now, click on C4.
Okay. Okay.
Now press Control Shift down. Control Shift down. Right now, go to conditional formatting. Right. Color scale. No, data bar. We want to select. No, not color scale. Data bars. Data bar. No, not this one. Data bar on the left.
इससे ऊपर संदीप कलर स्केल से ऊपर.
Okay.
इसमें मोड रूल्स. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
And then from where to apply this? Okay. Got it. Got this.
All right.
So if we enlarge this will happen.
Yeah, and it looks good, no? Because now the number is also there, and you can visually see how large that number is. Without the bar, the number is very difficult to read, right? To find out which number is small and which number is large.
Havish, it can also be incorporated within the same cell. Like if you want to, the bar and the number can come in the same cell. Huh?
The default is that it comes in the same cell. Somebody asked me, how do you put it in a different cell? Personally, I like to keep it in a different column because I like to have the number separate and the bar separate, right? But that is your choice, how you want to do it. Okay. Then somebody asked me, how do we put the colors according to our values? So what I can do is, I will select the numbers again. Okay. I will go to conditional formatting, color scale, but watch carefully. Right now, what is happening? How does it know when is green going to come and when is red going to come and when is yellow going to come? Automatically, as per the 50th percentile. So we will go to more rules. Right? We'll go to more rules, and I will say that it is a 3-color scale, not a 2-color scale. It is a 3-color scale. The lowest value should be my 10th percentile, midpoint should be 50th percentile, and the maximum should be my 90th percentile, like this. That's it. 10, 50, and 90. You can change all these values as well, as per the percentile. When you click on OK, now the colors will come accordingly, like this. Honestly, I don't think you need to do all this because 99% of the time, using the default is good enough. I don't think you need to change it. But yes, if you really want to spend more time on it, then you can try this also. All the options are available here.
Thanks, Havish. Thanks.
Right. I will be doing a few more conditional formatting options with you. In fact, if I can show you quickly, just a minute. In the last session, we will do 00. I've forgotten which one it is. Yeah, 007. If you notice, I'll be doing many different conditional formatting. Top 10, greater than, data bar, color scale, icon sets, right? So we'll be doing all of this, but that's okay. We have done a few topics now, but we will continue with these topics later in more detail, right? In the last session. Okay, let's come back to the question. So what we are doing now is I want to find out we've done the heat map, state and segment subtotal. This is very important. Okay, state and segment subtotal. So please make a new pivot, everybody. State comes in rows and keep the segment also in. Actually, state and segment will become too much. So what we'll do is let's keep the segment and let's keep the category, right? Like this, one below the other. And then we also have the sales. Please do this area like this.
Yeah, can you please repeat once again?
It is there in front of you. Segment is in rows, category is below that, and sales is in the value. Like this.
Segment, category, and sales.
Exactly, 3 things.
Havish, I just want to understand one thing. If you're talking about we put it a segment and category, sometimes we people putting in more of the values in the row columns, and I want to shift the row, like I don't require it on the second, I require it in the third or fourth somewhere. So we are clicking on the arrow key and doing it on the this way. Is there any another option that we can align those first, second, third, fourth?
So tell me once again, what is the requirement?
I'm talking about in a row column, we people have 3 or 4 or 5 subtitles into it. We are talking about there's a segment, there's a category, there's another state or something that I want to put state in the third format. I want to put it state in the middle. So is there anything on that we can change all this, or there's a method that go to and go to first, or these kind of the methods are there?
You mean like state is the first one, you want to put it in the middle? That is what you're saying.
After segment, state, you can shift it in that easily.
That is what we do. You drag it.
कई बार होता नहीं है ये, कई बार नहीं होता है ये, मतलब
वो इसलिए नहीं होता because you don't have space. So what you can do is you can increase the size of this window. That will become easier.
How you can increase the size of this window? मतलब ऊपर से खींच दिए.
यहाँ से. अगर आप छोटा सा एरिया रखोगे तो how will you move it? So all you have to do is you have to increase the size of the window. That's all.
Okay, then we can do it on this.
Then it will become easier, no? But the process is like this only. I also do the same thing. You have to drag and move it.
Yeah, like you will put in the category arrow में एक बार click कीजिए नीचे में.
I'll do that. One second. Yeah.
हाँ, category arrow में, हाँ जो, no, no, that I understand. इसमें category arrow में click करेंगे, so you are coming on these levels.
So I can also move it to beginning, no? If I want to move it to the top of my list, I can also say move to beginning.
Yeah, वो सब ठीक है, वो सब okay. ठीक है, okay.
Yeah. The tip is that if you don't have a lot of space, usually
yes,
yes,
okay,
you can just increase the size.
Okay.
Okay. There's a question on the chat window. Let me answer that. 1 second. Okay. Hi Havish, can we give the color differentiation in only the bar column without the numbers in the last sheet?
Yes, we can do that. We can do that without copying that.
Yeah, you
we can do it in the same.
In the column B, let me show you once again. In the column B, I will go to conditional formatting. We will go to data bars. We will go to more rules, right? But we will say that we don't want to select the number. We only want to select the bar. This way, there will be no number at all. It will only show you the bar. Right? So it is not necessary that you have to show both of them. You can show either of them. Can we give the color differentiation only the bar column without the numbers in the last sheet, column C? No, but number has to be there. No? Without the number, how will you make the bar? I'm not sure if I follow. In column C, there has to be a number. No, if you don't copy the number, then how you will not be able to make the bar. If that is what you're asking, you will have to copy the numbers. Right? I hope that answers the question. So if you say that Havish, my numbers are in column B, can I get the bar on column C? Not possible. If the numbers are in column B, then if you need the bar in column C, then you have to copy the numbers also in column C. That has to be done. Right? Okay, so let's come back to this data, everyone. So we have, let me remove the state from here. So we have two levels. We have the segment and the category. This is the question somebody had asked me earlier also, right? How do you put segment and category in two different rows? We have to go to pivot table analyze. Sorry, we have to go to design, report layout, and select the tabular form. Please select this, everyone. Report, go to the design, then go to report layout and the tabular form.
So Havish, you have removed the state, right?
Yeah, the state I was just giving an example, but let's start with 2. If you want, we can add more as well. Right? Tabular is very simple. Just one click, it will break the data into 2 columns.
Why is tabular form is important?
See, it is important because this is not the correct way to present the data. This is very complicated this way. When you have both the rows in one column, right? Tabular form makes it like a table, like this, where they are coming in different column. And now I can also say repeat all item labels. So it comes like this. This is the correct way of presenting the data.
Got it.
Don't you feel so that this is so complicated? And see, what if you had one more level? For example, let's say I had the subcategory also below this. Let me add that. Now that will come in a third column like this. If you minimize it, if you collapse to the first level segment, then only the segments can be seen. So collapse to right, like this. And if you click on the plus sign, then you can see the three categories like this. Right? So up to you.
Yeah, what are the usages of plus? And sometimes it is minus, sometimes it is plus. That means how we can get through that key the more of the data about it, plus or minus sign.
Pluses expand and minuses collapse. For example, right now it is showing me my consumer, which is 2,99,000. If I click on the plus sign, then it will show me my three categories: 1.1, 72,000, 1.15. If I click on furniture, it will show me the categories also, like this, the subcategory. These are just different levels. First level is segment, second level is category, third level is subcategory.
So, Havish, we are doing it from the report layout.
From the design and the report layout, we are changing it to the
from the design and
design report layout. We selected tabular form.
Okay.
Right? Without a tabular form, it will look like this, which is very complex when you present the data this way. Right? It's much better.
At the same time, you're talking about there is a grand total is there. If you want to remove the grand total, you can remove the grand total from these. There's a subtotal and the grand total is there.
So if I remove the subtotal, so if I say do not show subtotal, then my data will come like this without the
Okay.
See, most of the time you will want to show the subtotal, but sure, if you want to remove it, that is also possible.
Here, yes. Okay.
I also prefer to use this option called banded rows, which makes alternate colors like this. You know, it makes it easier to read the data. This one, banded rows.
It will give you the same. This is a color. It can give you the different colors also.
Yeah, colors and all can be changed. You can select banded rows, and you have different types of colors.
There's a banded rows. But one row, it is one blank, one without
like
color,
this.
one color.
Yeah, alternate. It is alternate like this.
Alternate under. Okay. And same with the banded columns also.
Yeah, banded column I don't think is necessary because you will never have many columns with you. But if you have different values, then you can use banded columns also.
Okay.
Good. So this was a very easy topic. Just let me know if anybody has any questions on this.
Avish, can you go to seat 2?
C2.
Sheet
sheet
2.
Sheet. Okay, sure. This one?
No. See, another sheet.
Just tell me the example.
No, actually, that percentage which you have calculated, no. We have got the value.
One second.
We have converted into the percentage. Right? Yes. So, actually, what? So I selected from B5 to D5. Okay.
No, I did not select anything. I just did a right click on any one.
My doubt is like how to convert into percentage. That's it.
I'm confused. This is already a percentage.
we have got the value only that we have converted into percentage after that.
Right.
Right
Okay.
click.
So how to convert that? Yeah.
1 second. Let me first remove the calculation. Just a minute.
Correct.
Okay. Now 10. This is the number we have.
Yes.
Now, what is it that you want to do?
I wanted to convert into percentage.
Percentage meaning percentage contribution, right?
Percentage contribution.
So I will select any one cell, right click, show values as percentage of row total.
Row total, right? Okay.
Because one row is one state, right? Andhra. That means that each row will be 100% like this.
Got it.
That's all.
Thanks, Avish. Thanks.
Yeah. And usually when you're doing this, also increase the width. Right? So it looks like this. So it looks much better. Right. Okay.
Havish, I remembered one thing when you are talking about the width. Sometimes when we are preparing a data and we have a lot of rows and columns, there are some columns which are, we can increase and decrease the size of each and every cell by a single thing called as decrease the font size and all. But how can we, make it equal for the complete sheet?
Yeah. Can we do that? Can you please come to this sheet, everyone?
Yes.
Select a column B, C, and D like this.
1 second. Yes.
Right click and select width and just put a number. Like I've selected a width of 25. You can choose what you want. Just type any number, it will become the same width.
Right click and width.
Right click and column width.
Okay.
That's it. Just put any number that you want.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you.
Avish, this number when we converted to percentage again, can we come back to the number again?
Absolutely. To do that, same thing. You will go back to show values as and say no calculation.
Oh, okay. Done.
Okay.
Can you click once? Can you show once?
Sure. Show values as the first one, no calculation, like this.
Oh, done.
Okay. Let me just see my notes once. Okay. Let's make a new pivot table, please.
Havish, sorry, that was regarding the width. How can we increase the height like
Same
that?
thing. Same thing. You can do right click and you have an option for the row height.
But I'm not able to get that.
See, it is there, row height.
1 second.
Just select the complete set of rows first, and then you will get the row.
I have selected. I have clicked.
Then you right click on any one.
The option is not enabled, I guess. For me also, it's not coming, Havish.
The row height is not coming.
Not coming.
Okay. Then you go to format, home format, and select row height from here. If it is not coming there, it should come. I'm not sure why it is not coming. Straight.
So even you can write down the, even row height, you can put the numbers anywhere, so you can get the height, or you can exactly the Excel sheet on the same format.
Correct.
Normally it is 11, I hope. 11 or 13 something. 11 hota hai normally.
I think it is some 10, 14.4. Yeah. Some number that
15.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, 15 it is called.
Yeah, 15.5 is standard.
Yeah, so you can change that.
Yeah, Avish, I'm sharing my screen to understand the last thing.
Sure.
Okay. So this is the sheet.
I'm not able to see it yet.
Yeah, I'm sharing. So here we selected state here in segment. So what did you do to statement below the state, right? This is how it was looking.
Yeah, this would be better, no? Where state is on the left and then you have the segment.
Yeah. So what did you do after this?
It is already in a tabular format, no? See, go to design. I'll tell you. Go to design. Pivot table tools design. The last one. Yeah.
Design.
Now go to report layout,
Report
and
layout.
then select repeat all item labels. So the blank cells are filled automatically. Right?
Yeah, yes.
That's it. This is a great way of presenting the data, right?
Yeah, no, you told ki remove the state also.
No, I just did not want to show you the state. That is okay. I was showing the segment and the category. So I only wanted
So
to
if
show
I want
you.
to show only, if I want to show only state name only once.
Oh, that way, I'll tell you. So you select the entire column A from A4. No, not like that. From A4, press Ctrl Shift down. Right? Right click, and then go to collapse, expand, oblique collapse. That's the 7th option, right? And say collapse and collapse to state. Collapse to state. Not working. Just try it once again. Collapse entire field. See if that works. No, first select the data. Actually, you can't select the entire column like that. You just have to select the data. Like A4, press Ctrl Shift down. Right, and don't select 99. Correct. Now just try again. Collapse entire field. Just try that. Collapse entire field.
No, but it is not.
Just let me try once. Just hold on. 1 second. So.
State is only once only, na? State is only the heading only.
No, but there are multiple states. I'm just trying 1 second. Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to select everything, then right click.
Havish, there is no need to select the headings, state segment and
no.
Right click and then
go to expand collapse. Just select collapse, the second one, collapse.
Yeah. But then segment everything is removed.
No, that's what we wanted. No, you only said that I only want to see the state. I don't want to see the segment.
No, I want only state name only once and then segment all three. Is it possible?
Then it is expand. It was already coming like that. No. Wait a minute. What do you mean you want state name only once and segment 3 times?
Okay.
Only Andhra Pradesh here.
Design.
Oh, that way. Then you go to design.
Design.
Yeah, go to design.
Design.
And go to report layout.
Report layout.
And say do not repeat item labels.
Do not repeat items.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Even though I would recommend to repeat all the item labels because having blanks might create some other problems when it comes to formulas and all. But of course, I mean, it's a choice depending on what is it that you want to do.
Yeah, sure.
Blank cell is always giving you the problem when you're adding any of the formula or something like
exactly.
that. So,
in the future, if you copy it and put it somewhere, then it will probably create some problem.
Havish, I want to share something.
Please.
Yeah. So when I'm selecting this entire thing, and when I'm right clicking it, how can I adjust the height and width here?
No, not like this. You have to select the entire column, B, C, and D. Yeah, you have to select the entire column. Only then will that option. Right click and then column width.
Column width is there, but column height is not here.
No, height will be for the row, not for the column.
Okay.
So
you
then
want
you
to
will
say
have
like
to,
this.
Exactly. Then you'll have to select like
so if I'll make it like this, and when I'll select all these things.
Right. Now right click, row height, and just put, let's say 15 or something.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Any other question, anyone? So let me share my screen again. Okay, one question a lot of people ask me is that sometimes you get this option equal to this get pivot data. Just confirm, do you see this sometimes equal to get pivot data? Anyone? When you try to put an equal to sign and I click on any cell inside a pivot, it gives me this option, get pivot data. Do you get this or do you not get this?
Yes, yes, it does.
Is it good or is it bad?
Not
Can't
quite.
comment.
Havish, एक बार दोबारा बताएंगे please. Please tell us again. मतलब you are talking about is equal to what?
I'll make a problem statement. I want to make a target. I want to make a target which is at 10% growth. How will I do it? What do I write? Equal to?
Is equal to sum of sales.
No,
Select the
sum of sales. First one.
Yes.
But then this happens, so it is not selecting B4. So if you multiply this by 1.1, you will get the same number every time. Do you get this problem, everyone?
Yeah.
So there are two ways of fixing
Cannot
it.
enter another formula in pivot table. Yeah.
First, the first way of doing this is you do not select the cell, you simply type B4. Right?
Okay.
If you select the cell, then it will not work, right? And the other way of doing it is that you select the cell, which comes like this, and write into 1.1. But rather than writing accessories, which cell is accessories in right now?
A4.
B4.
You write A4. Now when you copy it down, it will work correctly. Right? But I suggest that you should not be selecting the cell. You should be typing the cell name like this. That is much easier.
B4 multiply by 1.1 करके you get down there.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because a lot of people say, Havish, when I select the cell, this get pivot data comes. We don't need it, right?
So it is copying all accessories only in all the columns.
Exactly. What is happening right now is that if I multiply this by 1.1, in every cell, it is multiplying accessories. So that is why we want to make accessories dynamic, which we can do by replacing it with A4 like this. So now it will change.
हमेशा इसमें हम लोग एक बात भूल गए, मतलब शायद मैं मिस कर गया हूँ, मतलब you are talking about accessory will be growth required 10% and applications required 20%. So you can how you can put it in.
See, that becomes different. If the growth is different for different, let's say this is 1.1, 1.2, 1.1, and 1.3, then of course you can simply multiply equal to this, which is equal to B4 multiplied by B4, and then you can copy it down.
Okay, we have to put the growth percentage over there, and you can get it.
If you have different growth percentages, then you will have to create a column with all the numbers.
Okay.
वो तो करना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
Havish, Vineet here.
Yeah.
So we have I'm doing an exercise where we have to present our data, and we have to pull out the data from the pivot tables and all that. Can I share that screen? It will take 2 or 4 minutes for you to make us understand. It is a concern for a lot of people, you know. So it is related to that. Just give me a second. I'll share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the kind of data where we have to present our plan, and these are the number of ESC, name of ESC. I'm doing it for one ESC. Okay, and total doctors, doctor RCPA done, percentage RCPA. I have to find out this one, like less than 33% and higher, more this high prescription share, medium, low, nil, and I have a file of like I do have a file of. I'll share it to you now. Like we have monthly RCPA data. So how can we find out? Like this is, I'll share it. Like this is the, I would say March. Just give me a second. March 21 RCP data. Okay. So how can we, easily? There are a lot of ways, complicated ways, and what is the easy way format? Why is it not opening? Yeah, it is opening now. So this is a Excel file where we have RCPA, and from this RCPA file we have to put on the data into this format, that how many of the doctors, like in this kind of format. Are you able to get me that what I'm trying to tell you?
No, I'm able to understand, but you have to explain in more detail. For example, 1206. Where is that number coming from?
Yes, high prescription share is like this. When we have this column, when we have this row is coming from here. The quantity. I'll select the product.
First make
I'll
a
select
pivot
the
table,
product.
then we'll see. First make a pivot table.
Sorry.
Don't select the top row. Yeah. Don't select the entire sheet. Don't select like that. Just select from the first row till the last one. Otherwise, we'll have some issues. Right? So Control Shift right arrow, Control Shift down. Yeah. What? Yeah, exactly. Till column M. Perfect. Control Shift down will work. You can do Control Shift down.
There are blank spaces, so I need to press it like. Okay. So I'll do it for myself only. Let's just give me a second. Okay. Okay, then I need the account specialty. But I need to copy paste that data. Otherwise, all the filters will not, all the filter items.
You need to segregate your data into another sheet.
Yes.
We need heading below. Heading below,
Sorry?
heading भी लीजिए.
Sir, if I'll take heading, it will copy the whole content. I need to say.
नहीं होगा. एक मिनट hold करो. You will shift one row down. मतलब एक enter कर दीजिए एक row को. एक पे जाइए right click कीजिए insert कर दीजिए. हाँ, yes.
Anyway, अभी it is working.
Right. Okay. Now I need owner name in rows and specialty in columns. When I have product, where do I put product? Yeah.
Yes.
So if I want to see that what is the share of my one ESCs for each ESC, I have to extract the data. So what do I need to do? Like for Crosin range, so what I'll do is Crosin DS drops Crosin suspension.
We need quantity को नीचे value में डालो. Quantity को value में डालो नीचे.
So this is for a single brand.
Okay.
Okay. So in this format, if I'll talk about this format, so less than, now this is suppose this is an empty fields all over there. So more than 33 prescription share, the Croson part will come here. So I need to extract this data from here. I'm not able to get how to extract this data.
What does more than 33 mean? You have to explain that first.
Manik or Mahesh sir, can you explain a little bit on it?
So basically, Havish, this is an RCPI data. This is a data which our team members are filling in daily working. So we have to just enter the RCPI data that in which category. For example, if I talk about Ankit Kumar Pandey.
Okay.
So एक बारी multiple item पे जाना product select करने के लिए. So here what they are doing, they are entering the value for our brand, the prescription which they are generating for Crosin drops. Own means for our Crosin, and competitors means the number of prescribers the doctor is prescribing for our competitor brand.
Okay.
Okay. So we have to fill the data that how much they are. First of all, we have to know what their potential is. Then only we will be able to get what amount of prescription they are giving us, and automatically it will get converted into the percentage. What percentage of prescription we are getting from their total potential.
Okay.
So that's the data that we have to enter.
But why are we looking at competitor and own together?
We can get it separately.
We won't be able to get the potential of the doctor. For example, Dr. Havish is a doctor. His potential is to prescribe 10 Crocin drops or paracetamol drops in a month.
Okay, so it is exclusive. If somebody is own, it is not competitor, obviously, right? Like that.
It's for us, for our brand, Crocin brand.
No.
In competitors,
so for example, if I say that own is 10 and competitor is 20, that means that the total is 30, is it?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
And 10 is equal. 10 is the 33% of the total potential.
Understood. Now I understood. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. One second. Let me just think. Just a minute.
We need put it doctor wise or by P code. Some dikha raha hai, it's showing some.
The P code.
Select for one ESE only.
Account P code.
Yes.
Does it work good?
Yes. Now you can add doctor name also in front of P code.
Okay.
Yeah. Account. Change it and
now here this that will work tubular form or whatever Havish has told us.
Vinith, you need to do classic pivot, then only doctor's name will come in front of
That's
this
okay.
P
You
code.
can try the design report layout also.
Yeah.
Just
Go to design, then tabular form tab.
No, report. Yeah. In tabular form. Yeah.
Now remove total.
Remove total.
Subtotal.
No. Yeah.
In subtotals.
Right click से select from 6 to last.
What do you want to do?
6. Now collapse to account P code.
This is what you want to do me. So doctor name is not visible, no? Then
Vinith, you need to do that way which I shared with you. You need to go with the classic and then you can do that.
So what do I need to do, Ashwini, if you'll guide me?
Vinith, you need to go for the display, then you need to do classic pivot, which Mahiji was explaining earlier.
Display.
No. So you right click on. One second. See, I always suggest not to select the classic view. Try to understand why I'm telling you. First reason is that many new features of Excel will not work on the classic view, right? So you should avoid the classic view as much as possible, right? Tell me how is it that you want to present the data? Then I'll help you. What is it that you want to do now? You want to hide.
We want. One second. We want it to be presented like this only. That the prescription share, according to the prescription share, what we are getting.
But this has to be calculated, no? So when you say that it is greater than 33, there has to be some formula that is written somewhere. How can the pivot table show this value? Ideally, I would do this using a SUMIF, right? For example, just come back to your Excel.
Okay.
No, not this one. The one where you prepare that scorecard. Okay, just listen to me, everyone. It says 1206, it says 42%, right? What I would suggest is that you write a formula that will automatically get you the result from that workbook. That will be much easier. Writing the formula will not actually be that difficult.
Okay.
That is my suggestion. That 1206 here means what exactly? It means that it is because there's no label. I don't know what that means. What does 1206 mean?
Basically, the total number of doctors are 4210.
4210.
All right. Here, if you see, the total number of doctors are 4210. and out of which 28451 are the ones where we have done the RCP.
Okay.
Now, out of that, whatever the RCP is, in that 1206 is the number of doctors who are prescribing more than 33% of our brand.
Okay.
And similarly, it goes for other brands and other thing also. For middle, it's 567.
So if I add 1206, 567, 441, and 634, what will I get?
It will total. It will 2214. The prescriber number is 2214.
2214 or 2845?
But here it's showing 2214.
No, that would be 2845. Just select the 4 cells from D8 to D11. It is 2848. That is what I'm saying. I'm not able to understand what is. Somebody will have to explain to me in detail. What we will do is, maybe you can, maybe we can set up a separate meeting. One is that power query that we have to discuss. I don't remember if it was the first batch or the second batch. We can have a separate meeting where we can just discuss this one problem. I will give you the best solution possible. Maybe I strongly feel a pivot is not the correct way of doing it. I feel that writing a single formula is the best way of doing it. We will need to do a sum if here. How do we write that sum if? How complicated that formula is, we will see that. But I think that is the correct way to go about it.
Sure.
I'm 99% confident we can get the result using a formula. Right? Anyway, it's good. I've understood the problem, but we just have to sit down and write the formula once. We will not be able to do this on 1st of July because our session is from 11:30 to 1, and then I have another session after that. But maybe after the session is over, we can connect on a different call, a separate call, and I'll be happy to discuss this.
Okay. Thanks.
We can do that. Great. Okay, so what we'll do is we have one more session left. The topics that are left are, I want to cover a few more charts for you, a little more of conditional formatting and some date functions. So not a lot, I will take about 45 minutes on these 3 topics. And then of course, if you have any questions, you can ask. Right? Yeah, that is what I suggest. Or if you can join at 5:30 today, after the second batch is over, their session is from 4 to 5:30. If you can join at 5:30, I'll help you with this problem.
Sure.
Right,
That would be great, Havish.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are there in still
How to connect you? How to connect you?
You have my email ID, no? So just
have to have your email ID.
I just send it on the chat window.
Yeah, we do have your email ID.
Do have your email ID. You have sent us.
Exactly. You have my email ID. You have my number. Everything is there. No? See, from 4 to 5:30, I have the session with the second batch. 5:30, we can sit down and we can. I don't think this should take more than 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
Thanks, Havish. Right. Havish, we don't have a session tomorrow. On 1st July, we have another session, right?
We do not have a session tomorrow and day after. We have a session next on 1st of July. Final session is 11:30 to 1 on on Thursday.
Right. Thank you.
हाँ बॉस कर रहे हैं.
Great. So thank you everyone. I will see you on Thursday then, or if you want to meet in the evening, I can see you in the evening.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, Havish. Thank you.
Thank you, Havish.
Bye.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.